Hey guys, how's it going? It's AdamaSanguine. Welcome back to Tamriel. I hope you have your pen and paper ready because I'm going to show you how to get the Prowler's Prophet. This is achieved by getting all 24 stones of Barenziah. After almost 2,000 hours I've spent in this game, I thought I'd share this little tidbit with you, and you too can become rich beyond the dreams of avarice. The first few are easy to come by. You're going to, of course, find them in the Whiterun Hold, in Whiterun. You're going to go to Dragon's Reach, the Hall of the Dead, and Jorvaskr. Alright, so here we are in the Hall of the Dead. By the way, there is a small quest that you can do for the caretaker of the Hall of the Dead. It is not required to get inside the tomb. So when you come in through the doors, take your first left, and then once you get to the left, hang a right down the first set of stairs, go to the bottom of the stairs, take a left, and it'll be right here at the base of this skeleton, right in his feet. Alright, so here we are in Dragon's Reach. If you are on good terms with the Jarl, no problems, you can come back here. No fuss, no muss. Of course, if you have not done the Dragonborn quest, you do get caught in a conversation with the head of the Jarl security, and you can exit out of that with no penalties. But of course, if you're not on good terms with the Jarl, do highly recommend sneaking, as his son will call security on you. If you're on good terms, again, no problem. Come walk straight back. That stone will be right here on the dresser to the right of the Jarl's bed. Nice. Alright, so most people will come in through the main doors, which is from the front, and you're going to take the right. If you're coming in through the back, which is through the tables where everybody eats, it's going to take the first left. Go down this flight of steps through these doors, and of course, nobody really cares that you're down here, so take the right, go all the way to the end of the hall. If you have completed the quest for companions, again, nobody really cares what you grab. If you have not completed any quest, there is no trespass for being back here, but you do want to, of course, sneak, and that stone is going to be right here on the bookshelf to the left of the bed. Awesome. This next one requires a quest. Alright, so now of course my game is modded, so this is going to look completely different for you unless you're using the same mod. And once you come in, there's going to be a whole bunch of bookshelves back here. In my game, again, this looks completely different. I was actually surprised by how different it was, but it's actually right here on the table next to these boots. In your game, it's going to be on the standard bookshelf. Now the next one is going to be a little more difficult. You're going to Alright, no matter which side you choose in the war, nobody cares that you're back here in this room. Be quiet over there, I'm talking. Now you're going to, of course, come in through here, take your first left. You're going to go all the way into the back room, which is the court wizard's quarters. Again, he doesn't care that you're back here. You can wander around and look, but do not touch. If you want to take anything, of course, you're going to want to crouch, and that stone is going to be right here on the back of the table. No fuss, no muss. Awesome. Alright, now this next one is a bit on the difficult side. You're going to take the first right, and once you get to the end of the walkway, you can only go left. And of course, you're going to take the right because you can only go right. If you happen to find his daughter for Clan Shattershield, you do maybe want to pickpocket the key off her if you can, but if you can't, doesn't really matter. You're going to take and go through the master door unless you have the key, and that up the steps on the first bedroom on the left. You're going to find it on this bookshelf in the back corner. Make sure you look out for his wife. She may be in this room. Now these next set are a little more difficult. Alright, if you decide to sneak in here in the evening, nobody really cares that you're back here. I'm pretty sure she stays in that position the whole time, which she is, I guess, kind of like a secretary, bookkeeper. You can crouch through these back into the bedroom in the back. I did pick the lock, but once I was back here, It was actually kind of funny. He didn't even care that I was here because I even talked to him. But of course, pick the lock. Anything you grab, it is considered stealing. You could get trespassed by his wife. But that stone is right here on the bookshelf to the right. I guess that would be a table. All right, now this one may require a quest. It is optional. Of course, you can go to the Dormer Museum there on the right, up at the top of the steps, and then take the first left. If you would like to do the quest in the Dormer Museum, of course, take the left, go talk to the court wizard, Calcelmo, and of course, do a few missions for him. He'll give you the key to the Dormer Museum, and once you do that, come inside through the doors, take the left, and keep going left. And then I believe this one you do have to pick, and it'll be right here on this table next to the candle scone. Sweet! This one's going to be pretty easy. All right, now this one you can get trespassed, and of course anything you grab is stealing. I have been caught by guards before coming up here. It just, by coincidence, they happened to be walking by when I was going through the doors. But once you go inside these doors here, take the left. It's going to be, pretty sure it's on the left-hand side cabinet, but it might be on the right. Make sure you look at both of them just in case. These ones are going to be even more difficult. Now again, it doesn't matter whose side you're on. Nobody cares that you're in her bedroom, which is really odd. There is a little bit of a glitch that I always have. I don't know if you guys have ever had this problem, but once you go inside the Jarl's quarters in her bedroom, there's actually a little bug there. I don't know if you saw that little hiccup. It actually thought that I was actually still opening the door, but that stone is right here on the book table right here. Now for me, this is probably one of the most difficult, at least money-wise, because I believe you need at least 20 grand just to buy the house, and you're going to need another couple thousand just to furnish the room. And once you furnish the room, you're going to find this stone sitting right here on the table to the first left. Sweet. Now this one is going to be actually up here in the corner at the end of this path. This is probably the most difficult to find. Alright, for many people that are actually doing the standard Dragonborn quests, you're going to actually find or actually come out of the Reeking Cave. But if you've never been to the Reeking Cave, again, look at the top of the path, find the trees. This will be, for most people, the first time you ever fight a Frost Troll. And this guy is pretty tough. I'm level 30 and he gave me a little bit of trouble. But again, it's not really much of an issue. Once you take him out, and it's going to be right in the back corner of this room. Fun fact, when the game was first released in version 1, the stone was actually found inside the Thalmor Embassy, but now it's actually found right here in this back room. Just look for the lantern. You'll see it next to the corpse. Ooh, and I thought I grabbed this book earlier, so hey, it's a good thing I came back here, huh? Nice. This one is going to be on the Dainty Sloane, no quest required. Now I realize I said Dainty Sloane. It's actually Dainty Slode or Slod. But you're going to come in through the doors. If you want to sneak, you can. If you fight, these guys can be fairly tough, as in their scimitars can do some decent damage to young players, or early players, if you will. But you're going to, of course, you come down into the belly of the ship, and then right up this set of steps here. And then once you go up the steps, of course, take the first right, go all the way around, and you're going to take the next right, and of course you're going to find the captain's first mate, I believe it is, and it's going to be right here on the back of the table in the corner. Pretty easy. These are going to be outside. These are probably the most difficult you're going to receive. Because I've gotten confused on these before. Now again, in many ways, Dead Crone Rock is probably the most difficult that you're going to get. I have a little trick to beating this one, and I like to, I'll speed it up here, double speed for you, but I actually like to circle around top. If you got yourself a horse, you can climb as high as you can go. It may take a little bit of doing, but once you get up around the trees and the tree line to the top of the rocks, of course, just go all the way around the back. If you want to go through the actual dungeon, fairly easy, but once you get done going through the dungeon, you will be fighting a hag raven. A hag raven, of course, you guys know they're good at melee and they're good at ranged with their fireball spells. But once you're up here, no worries. You can sneak it if you want. She's very easy to catch you. There's an awesome chest here, which, another spoiler for you, the pommel for the Malrune's razor is actually found inside this chest, so pick it up if you want. Again, it is a quest item, so will be stuck in your inventory until you finish that quest, but you can get yourself some nice stones here, which is pretty awesome. Let's see. Oops, stones. I meant soul gems. Hey, I said I played the game. I didn't say I had all the names memorized. But yeah, that stone is going to be right here on the altar in the back. Just look for the goat. You should see it back here, or in the front. One of those places. This one is going to be fairly tough, but at the same time, kind of easy. It's right outside Riften. Alright, now Blackbriar Lodge does have mini guards out front. The guards are pretty squishy. You can take them out easy, but the guards on the guards on the outside, the guards on the inside are a different story altogether. I believe these guys are actually leveled. All of them are wearing plate steel, but you're going to find it, again, I always get mixed up when there's tables, so look on the left, look on the right, but I'm pretty sure it's on this first one on the right. Now these ones are going to be a little more difficult. Alright, so for many people, Ansevun Excavation is probably one of the, other than some of the Dwemer dungeons, it's probably going to be one of the longest dungeons you're going to come into. Make sure you look out for the leveled mage that hangs out front. He is not part of this faction. But you're going to go all the way to the very end. Again, this is a very long one, so I shortened it up for you. I am in the very last room where you fight the boss in here. I won't spoil it for you, but there are some awesome things and crazy things that are going on back here. There's going to be a lot of Draugr. Make sure you look out, and of course there is going to be a Master Wizard that is here normally. Now this is a respawn for me. I actually wasn't sure if he was going to be here or not, as in usually it's a female wizard, but I was very surprised to find him. But you're going to find that stone right here on the table in the back corner, next to the enchanting table. Now, Stony Creek, again, is fairly simple. Stony Creek, once you come in, there is a lot of gas pockets. So if you're using any flame magic, be very careful. Unless you want to set the place on fire, of course, any flame enchanted weapons, again, it is very easy to catch this place on fire. If you have low health or only a small hit points if you are a young character, be very, very careful. The guys here are not that tough, but again, very easy to blow yourself up. But it is kind of fun to explode at everybody. And then, of course, murder them all to death. But this guy, no matter how good your sneak is, I think it has something to do with the lighting. He always catches me. I'm at 100 sneak, and he still catches me anyway. But this wizard, I've actually seen for those people that have had Serana in their party, he's actually gone toe-to-toe with Serana in these close quarters, and most of the time he is using fire magic, and of course vampires and fire don't mix. But sneak killing him is pretty easy. Take him out. You'll find that stone right here on the back table in the corner, to the right of the alchemy bench. Awesome. Alright, another long one here. Alright, again, there will be a guard that's usually stationed in either in the bedroom here, sometimes he's upstairs. When you come downstairs to the sub-basement, you're going to look for the switch that's hiding behind this post. For whatever reason, everything down here is marked as owned, but of course there's no karma system in this version of the game, so you just open the bookshelf. Go ahead and sneak down here. Some of these guys are very difficult. A lot of them are leveled. But the main issue with these guys is there is a ton of bandits. Probably one of the largest set of bandits that you're going to come across. But so again, do highly recommend sneaking. If you have any archery or ranged spells, highly recommend using them. If you missed the stone the first time, you may have come through this way, which that goes back into the main treasury room. But we're not going to the main treasury room. We're going to, I guess you can look at it as a sub-treasury room, a minor treasure room. I don't know what you want to call it, but you're going to take the left, go all the way around the back, and then you'll usually find a guy that's always sharpening his weapon here on the grinding stone. But of course you'll see people up top that are walking across the little stone walkway, and it's very easy to get lost down here, as in I almost did. But so instead of taking left, go down the right, look for the torches on the wall. They pretty much are a good marker. But one of the hardest people you're going to fight in here is usually camouflage, which is why I went slow, because sometimes these guys do respawn. You usually find them there on the left, standing right up against the wall. Again, it's really weird. They camouflage very easily. So going through the first set of, or the second set of doors there, this will be guarded by, I believe, one archer, a swordsman, and a mage. Those guys are fairly low level, but again, if they catch you in a corner, very easy to die, depending on how new to the game you are. Once you come in here, look for the 3 wall scones, and then you're going to take the left, go up this little set of stairs, and then once you come up here, I think there's usually a two-handed wielder that you'll find in here. But look for the Draugr, and once you find those Draugr, take any guys that are out here, or of course just sneak, and you're going to take the first right. This door you do need to pick, and you're going to find that stone on the bookshelf here on the back corner. But there is a loot chest, a minor loot chest, and that one actually is booby-trapped, by the way. Alright, now this next one, I always use Swindler's Den as a marker, because you got Rengvir's Fast, and you have Sunderstone Gorge. So again, highly recommend, again, Rengvir Fast, Sunderstone Gorge. I highly recommend using Swindler's Den as a marker. Alright, so again, we could try to say it. It's Randvaeg's Fast. Randvaeg, I believe, sounds like an Argonian name. But this one can be a little difficult, as in the boss at the end of this dungeon is a high-level firecaster. So again, if you're a vampire, be very careful. If you're even at standard abilities, he's kind of difficult. Sorry if I'm rambling, a little bit tired at this point. But very easily you can actually fall down these little trapdoors. That is going to trap you inside this little cell. You can pickpocket the key off of either him or his little minion. You're going to find that stone right here on the back table. Now there is a second way to do this. So when you come in, instead of going through the trapdoor, take a left, go all the way around the corner, go down this little hallway, and look for this little lever. And once you find that lever, take a left and then take another right, go all the way down to the bottom of the the bottom of this causeway, and then you're going to take a right. Again, the wizard down here is a bit on the difficult side. He does use fireball, and he can take you out fairly easy. I won't spoil it for you, but he is basically a serial killer. So again, look for it on the back of the room. Here's that trapdoor again. You're going to find it on that table back there. Alright, now in Sunderstone Gorge, there are several ways that you can go about this. Kill these guys if you want, sneak if you want, doesn't really matter. But there are a few traps that you got to worry about, and I believe there are 3 high-end mages that you're going to come across. Make sure you look for the floor traps. If you do take out the skeletons, their bones tend to roll down the little hill. Look out for the bone chimes. But again, the skeleton pieces will actually land on these traps. It's going to activate the oil traps, or rather the fire traps. But again, go straight down that hallway if you want to have a really tough battle, because that's a lot of issues. But I go the simple way. So what I do is look for this little vase, this urn at the bottom of this I guess, step or this little drop here. But you can shimmy up doing the Bethesda shimmy. And of course, just keep running and keep working your way back and forth. Now, once you do that one, this one is going to require an exploit. But again, it's not really cheating per se. Again, it's just an exploit. Those that have played Fallout 76 know this one. All you got to do is go to third person, look for the alchemy table, click on the alchemy table, and then boom, you're teleported right inside. Bam! A la Fallout. Awesome. This is probably one of my favorite ones to get. There's a lot of loot in this room. There is some parchment paper. There are some spell scrolls, which your wizards will use them, which is really cool. Any followers, you can give that to them. And of course, your followers that don't use magic, give them the scrolls and you'll give them some really cool stuff. Awesome. Now, again, this is going to require another exploit similar to the first because you're going to look for that chain. So you can reach your arm through, you say, and then, of course, you can come out through here. Now, once you take these guys out, pretty easy. It's like, hey, man, what happened? You all right, man? But this one's probably one of the hardest ones to get, not because it's a difficult battle, because it can get lost under these bodies for whatever reason. It glitches out, and you won't be able to find it. All right, we're coming up on the end, guys. I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope I've been able to help you thus far. Go into Fellsglow Keep, go to the top of the steps. Again, this is in the front foyer, and once you're in the foyer, take into the steps, go to the first right. It's going to be right here on the table next to the alchemy bench. Make sure you look out for the guy that's using the blacksmith bench. All right, this one requires a quest, guys. Big quest. All right, for those that have started the Dark Brotherhood missions, you can actually find it here in Astrid's bedroom. If you're going to destroy the Dark Brotherhood, you know, look for the way to do that, but you're going to find it right here on the table, no matter which direction you go. Sweet! Now, these two are a little more difficult as well. All right, now Ingvild Burrow and, of course, Hobbs Fall Cave are right outside of Dawnstar. So again, outside Dawnstar, you're going to find Ingvild Burrow and Hobbs Fall Cave. They're within walking distance of each other. They're pretty easy to do. The dungeons aren't hard. Ingvild Burrow is probably one of the more difficult ones because you are going to fight fairly high-end Draugr archers. You're also going to find some ghosts. I know a couple of you, no names, but my buddies have actually already been here recently, but you're going to come right through this room. There is another quest for the main wizard's journals. Sorry, try not to spoil anything for you guys, but there is a small quest that you can do for the Thieves Guild coming down here. But again, if you just want to grab the journals, keep them on your inventory. And then if you're looking for the Stones of Barenziah, awesome, because you're going to go to the Thieves Guild anyway. So find those journals if you want. They will become quest items until you decide to go talk to the bartender in the Thieves Guild. But make sure you look out for all the different ghosts down here. They can be a little difficult to kill if you are a young early one. Coming up on the end, guys, again, I'm fairly tired. I'm trying to do this all in one shot for you. All right, so this one, again, is fairly difficult because the mage down here is an expert or adept mage. He does use ice magic. One of the easiest things to do if you don't want to fight him, grab the soul gem off the platform back there, the pedestal, but you're going to find the Stone of Barenziah right here on the table in his main bedroom. Awesome. All right, so Hobbs Fall Cave is pretty, I would say, an adept player can do this one, no fuss, no muss. If you want to avoid pretty much everything in here. You can actually just go up this little thing. You can do the whole Bethesda shimmy up that, but that's just to find the end of the dungeon. But we're not looking for the end of the dungeon. As a matter of fact, we're looking for the middle of this dungeon. So skeletons are easy, whether you're using, I think you can actually probably hit them in 2 hits with your fist, unless you're a Khajiit. But use whatever weapon you want. If you want to use archery, you want to use swords, knives, hand-to-hand, whatever. But again, they're fairly easy, pretty squishy. I guess in this case, pretty crunchy. We'll take out the wizards in here, just so you can see how easy it is. But again, these guys aren't very difficult. There are, if you're already high level, I have come across archmages or archmages. So again, be on the lookout for those. So do highly recommend sneaking. Now, most people will go straight around and work their way down the hallway. I like to go through the little sneaky back here. There actually is a little back way. So if you cut across, it doesn't really cut much time off, but you can save yourself about 30 seconds to a minute. I love the fact that she actually died staying in that sitting position, because when I exited this dungeon, she was still sitting there. I believe that's because I have Petrify on one of my daggers. So she was just sitting there like she was fell asleep sitting up. That was awesome. This guy across the bridge here, he's fairly difficult. I've fought him before, but you're just going to jump over the railing of the bridge, and you're going to find the last guy or the last stone on the bookshelf next to his bed. This guy is actually not that tough. The guy up top is more difficult. But this is the last one, guys. Once we grab that, you will have the final stone of Barenziah. Make sure you take it back to Vex and the Thieves Guild. And I am AdamaSanguine. I love you all. I'm out.